What's up, guys? It's your boy, Mr. Luke and Brooke. I hope that you're all doing well. I want to start off and say this. Hey, we got to get our heads out of our asses. What's that mean? All this shit that's going on right now that you see on the news, all these things that's like negative, right? I don't have to go in here and emphasize. I think people get stuck on it and people get addicted to it. I was talking to someone the other day, and it was just like they were craving drama every second. It was like a nicotine high. And I'm gonna tell you this, guys, you're gonna have to have positive things in your life. Stop being stuck on the negative. Stop being stuck on the stuff that's not gonna get you elevated. There's too many of us walking around addicted to negativity. And once you get your mind set, you can do this. And this is the easy way to do this. Get your ass into the gym. That's what I did. I just came back from Bahrain. That should be enough, right? Just came back from Bahrain. And dealing with all this craziness, right? I could have resorted to drinking, smoking, doing other negative vices that hurt me, hurt myself, hurt my family. But this is what I did. I say, look, let's put this energy that we're seeing into something positive. Let's work on ourselves. Start going to the gym, right? That was the first step. Then starting to eat right, getting away from stuff. Hadn't drunk soda. I don't really drink soda at all, but haven't drunk anything remotely to a taste of a soda in over a month. How many of you can say that? And I noticed the difference on how my mind is, how I elevate, how I go. Now, I'm not sitting there saying, oh, everyone must not, everyone needs to stop drinking soda. That has nothing to do with it. That's about you changing how you see things. All this shit's going on, right? Every single bit of it. But I'm seeing people going crazy over it. And we haven't got to the worst part yet. It's far more worse things is about to happen. I can tell you that. But in the meantime, you got to have hope. You got to be able to stay focused. You got to be staying strong. A lot of people with weak minds are going to give out quickly. They're going to give out. And you know these people. These people don't have control of their finances. They don't look at a way to get themselves out of the situation. They blame everyone else for their problems. They're like, why me? Or they say, I'm just a victim. I'm just a victim. I guess it's meant to be. And you can keep thinking that way by telling you this. You're going to live your life miserable. You're going to live your life in this victim mentality. You are going to be upset when all these dreams and hopes and wishes that you want are at your bad side. They're at your bad side and you are dying and they're hating you. They say, why did you let us die with you? Why didn't you try? Why didn't you give a chance? Are you going to be successful in every single aspect? Absolutely not. But are you going to have any regrets? No, because I'd rather go and try than to turn around and be like, well, I just failed, y'all. Oh, well, I didn't do anything. I just decided not to do it. We live like that. We live risk averse. And that's the problem. That's why your money's looking funny. That's why you keep struggling. That's why you can't get it together. Once you get your mind together, once you get that decision made that, hey, I'm not going to allow myself to be a victim anymore, you can make things move. You can make mountains move. I'm telling you this because I know it. I live by it. And I'm so passionate about it. I'm so fear with it. I'm feeling it. You need to be feeling the same way. I wouldn't let anyone tell me no. When I was graduating, I had a friend of mine that his mom was there, a few days before we were going to graduate. And she's asking everyone in the car because I'm driving. And they were like, hey, what are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing? What are you going to be doing after you get out? He asked me, what are you going to be doing? I said, well, I'm going to go to A&T to go get my business degree. That same person turned around right after that, literally said, hey, you're not going to amount to anything. You're going to be right back here with the rest of us. Straight up in my face. And I told my mom the situation. My mom got hot. She said, you're not them. You go out there and get it. And that drove me. People have told me no before. Did I listen? Absolutely not. You can't be in that situation where you're letting all the negativity, because people are going to barbate you, right? They're going to put all this nonsense in your head. For instance, the news. There's a lot of crap going on in the news right now. You got people wishing that we lose, right? Like, do you understand what that means? If this stuff don't get together, you're going to be a lot more broke than what you were before. And people don't think that way. They'd be like, yeah, I want it to happen. And then they say, well, your gas is going to be $10 a gallon now, or $20 a gallon. Yeah. And a lot of people are not thinking. A lot of people won't pick up a book. A lot of people don't think about A to Z. They only think about A and then B, and that's it. And we got to get our head out of our asses. That's why I'm telling you right now, you got to have that passion to go for it. Now, one thing I will also tell you this is that if you're around people who are running their mouth, they don't know what the hell they're talking about, you got one or two options. You can punch them square in their mouth. You could do that. Or you can just confirm and say, hey, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, and walk off. Because a lot of people are going to just talk just to talk. I've been around people, and that was the thing I noticed during these past weeks. People are just talking, spreading rumors, just talking about things that they don't have no knowledge of, going off hearsay, she said. When I asked the question, where did you get that from? Well, I heard, well, do you have any black and white? Do you have something I can look at, that I can reference off? No, then it didn't exist. It's not real. Unless it's coming out of an authority figure's mouth. If it came directly from them, you heard him say that, he or she, then it's not real. And that shuts down the conversation. But I'm telling you guys, I'm getting fed up with it. I'm so angry. Because I got people still out there. People doing what they got to do. Right? Instead of wishing on someone's downfall, you need to be praying for someone. You need to be praying for people, because that could be your brother, that could be your sister, that could be your niece, uncle, whoever, father, mother. You don't put that on no one. You don't put that on no one. They signed the contract. They're doing their duty. But don't sit there and talk all this crazy mess about, well, you should walk away, this and that. You quick to say that, and you quick to not have shit going on for your life right now. Because typically I look at those people, you ain't got nothing going on. So, okay, what are you giving them as an option? What are you giving them what to do? Because they're right there, right now. That's not the time to be like, well, you know what? I'm just going to walk out. That's not how it is. What needs to take place is that people need to be focusing on what they can control and what they can't control, and stop being a victim of so many things you say I can't control. So I'm so broke, so you can't control going out to eat. You can't control buying all these stupid ass clothes that go out in every few months. You like to go buy stuff that ain't really benefiting you, right? I won't get mad at a person buying a book to help them, right? I read books all the time. I read Byron Golden's book all the time, right? Boss Moves. That's elevate me, right? Or Billy Carson books. That's elevate me, right? But if you're buying, reefer, you buying all this other stuff to get yourself drunk, high, numbed out, how does that help you? Well, a temporary fix, you got to get right back, and you have to do more of it, and before you know, your body's messed up. When are you going to say enough is enough? When are you going to say, you know what, I'm done with this? Because I did that over 2 years ago, when all the stuff that happened in my life, right? Lost my father, got in some trouble, things like that. I was fed up with the people I associated with. I was fed up with the noise that people are making. And I had to say, hey, you control things. They don't control the whole narrative, right? They don't control it. They can talk all day they want to. You're not feeding them information, and the people that's over, you're not feeding them information. So what do they know? What's it to them? And you got to move like that. You're going to have to cut motherfuckers off out of your life if you really want to elevate. I had to talk with my sister about some things about a certain person. It's like, hey, in order for this person to elevate, because I said, how is this person's friends today? They do the same thing. Some don't have a car. They ain't really doing. They just living like the wind. They go where they breeze or whatnot. I say, how's that going to create stability? They're not teams. They're in their 20s, about to go in their 30s. So you can't have that type of mistake, right? You can't do that. You got to have your head together. If you don't have your head together, yes, this stuff can be chaotic. But when you are going through stuff, like for me, I used to be a DCA. So it could be fires, floods, missile attacks, all types of stuff. When it came down to me actually looking at the situation, looking at, hey, what can I do to control the situation that's going on? I couldn't be sitting there screaming because everyone's dependent on me to save the day, to keep them safe, to keep the ship going. If I'm screaming on the 1C, oh God, we're gonna die, shit like that, people are gonna lose it. I always kept it cool and I kept it calm. People say, man, damn, I don't know if I need to fight a fire or go to sleep. They're like, you're not even like scared. And we have flooding before when I was on the ship and fires. So guys, if you can get through stuff that's life and death, all this other stuff, you need to numb that shit out your head. And when I say numb out, I don't mean hit the bottle, hit the pipe, or whatever. You need to be doing something to get yourself out of the situation. If that means you got to cut people off, you got to move, you got to go elevate somewhere else, do it. Make it happen. Other than that, guys, I'm getting out of here. It's hot as hell. See you next time. Make sure you subscribe. Take care.